Hi, welcome again to Open Range. Will Gardner, your host for this week, as always, the Real Estate Edition. And we are always bringing to you the most exciting news in real estate or the trends that are going to help you make the best decisions in the most important investment you'll probably ever make in your life. And so today we want to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like to be in the shoes of a first-time home buyer. Maybe you've been there before already, or maybe you are just starting your journey, or maybe you haven't and you'd like to maybe dip your toe into it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And so to do that, we are going to bring on Exhibit A, my own daughter, Hannah Eberle. And so Hannah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Hannah is, she's became a homeowner a few years ago, and one of the things that I wanted to have her on for was I wanted to show the audience and the people, the viewers who are looking to maybe buy their first home or maybe encourage their child or friend, whoever it is, into buying their first home. I thought it'd be a great idea to kind of document a little bit. That sounds boring. This was a very exciting journey, but to kind of give an idea of what it looks like going into home ownership before, during, and after, what that whole thing looks like. So, Hannah, tell us first a little bit about yourself. I have 7 kids. I'm going to ask her age, but Hannah's what, 24?
24.
24. Okay, good. So, Hannah, talk about a little bit about before buying a house, the starting of the journey, so early on, what it was like, and
Okay.
before you bought, maybe what I guess in the beginning, what inspired you to buy a home?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got lucky because you've always really made that an important point in our family to invest, and I think maybe not every 16-year-old girl is probably wondering how she can invest her money. So I'm really thankful for all your advice, Dad. I think when I was in high school, something that was really influential was reading the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. One of my uncles actually recommended it, and it kind of emphasized your point of you need to be investing your money right now, otherwise it's just gonna go to waste. And so by the time I got to college, I was already ready to start looking for houses, which I know sounds scary. I didn't have tons of money to saved up for a down payment, but there were other options like the down payment assistance. So I felt ready to at least start looking and learning. And then by the time I was done with college, I had already seen so many houses. I was ready to pull the trigger and buy the right house when it came on the market. So I was about 21 years old when I bought my first house.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I remember when I was in college, and I did have. I mean, I wanted to live in the dorms. That was what I wanted to do, and because I just wanted to absorb the whole college atmosphere, environment. I just wanted to live, eat, breathe the environment, and I didn't want to really get off my own because I just wanted to I guess, be knowledgeable and know everything and know as much as I can and get started right away. And I kind of kicked myself because through 2 years of being married, we finally did get a house ourselves. And after buying the house, I remember, maybe you can tell me if you felt this way too, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I should have done this 3 years sooner. I don't know if you could have done it at 18, I'm not saying that, but I kind of wish I would have done it sooner because, man, I thought another 3 years of building equity in my house. Yeah. I think that would have just been that much more of an investment for myself too. So investment is sacrifice. I think it's maybe a good word of saying is investing means that you're taking money that you would typically put towards yourself or having fun or enjoy, and putting that money towards something that's more meaningful and that's going to help make the pain less in the future. I had a coworker, a boss in the past, who has told me that either pay now or pay later, Will. So pay now or pay later, Will, and that is something that I feel is what I mean. Everyone wants to invest, right? But no one has the money to invest. So talk about your investment, of course, you had to, in buying a house, you have to pay money to buy a house, right? But it wasn't as hard as you thought financially, was it, to begin?
Yeah, I think there was a big fear, especially coming out of college. You're maybe still trying to figure out what you want to do with your life. I know that was a big pressure for me. I felt like this worry that maybe I was locked in to my career and that there wouldn't be any other option. Something that was really helpful in the midst of that was I had also decided to lease rooms in my house to other friends and other girls that were also in college or just finishing college, which actually tackled a huge chunk of my mortgage. And there were pros and cons. I had to have roommates, and sometimes, that's uncomfortable. But I ended up, making some of my best friends through that too. And yeah.
Yeah, I guess and you're in a house situation, so they're living in the bedroom next to you. It wasn't like a separate unit, like a duplex. Love duplexes, love triplexes, love quads. I really do, because you get your separate living spaces.
Yeah.
But you had a different situation. Although you had 6 other siblings, so you were kind of used to roommates.
Yeah, even having my own room was kind of a big deal. So.
Even at the house you owned,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. And another thing I guess I can add is with leasing out the house, something that was really beneficial with that was everything that I was making from my job went back into renovating and refixing our house. We did a lot of work. We've almost completely flipped the house, I would say. And so if I didn't lease those rooms out, I would have just been dumping all of that money into my monthly payment, and I wouldn't have been able to do all these additional changes, which made my house worth a lot more money, and just a lot more enjoyable to live in too. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was really a we thing. Usually, as a realtor, I can just sell the house and walk away. And this one, there wasn't any walking away. So yes, we did do some updates, and it does look very beautiful. I don't know if we have some of those photos on here. This is Hannah outside her home. I don't know, a couple years ago.
Well, I mean, you can attest to how intense even the beginning of this was, because. That other photo. This was before that.
The next photo is going to show you how.
The next photo is the greenhouse. That's what the house originally looked like, and it had peeling paint on the siding, which is not technically allowed with the FHA loan, correct?
Yep.
So we actually had to scrape all of the peeling paint off and repaint the entire house before I could even move into it or even buy it. So that was a huge commitment, even just from the beginning, and kind of a risk that we were willing to take, and it was worth it. I mean, we got the house.
No risk, no reward.
Yeah.
That's what happens. If you don't risk it, you won't get a reward, and the rewards are great. In this particular one, yes, we actually did scrape and paint the entire house before closing. So I mean, it's kind of funny to be painting somebody's house, not getting paid, and hopefully it's going to close. I mean, we felt really good about all the information that we got from the lender. We had a good lender at the time, and so it was a good. I don't know. There's something about hard work that makes the reward that much sweeter and that much more good. I guess we have a couple other photos too of the inside. I think we got some before or after. This is on the left. That's what the kitchen used to look like.
Yep.
And who's that to the right, Hannah?
That's my husband, Joseph. That's actually a picture of him working on remodeling our basement bathroom in that house. The house now, it has kind of a lot of gray and blue tones to it. It started off as the refrigerator right next to the sink in that kitchen. This is a great image of kind of how we have started to update.
I put those lights in, just so everybody knows.
Yeah. That was before I was married to Joseph. My dad and all my brothers, my wonderful family, all helped me renovate the house, which was really
and the smart thing I did was I made sure she got married before the house had to be fully renovated. So no, Joe's. So we're going to talk a little about in the next segment about Joe Eberle, Joseph Eberle, Hannah's husband, who's has a construction company. You guys own a construction company together.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about not only the journey into home ownership, but also the journey into owning a business, running a business. But just some final things about, like, before we move on to the business and about owning a home, that first home ownership part of it. Like what we did was a lot of homes that you'll see, and this is just a tip for buyers. Like when you buy a home and you're looking to purchase a home, if you are an FHA buyer, don't accept from anyone that you can't buy a home because it is not going to be FHA approved. We can always find ways around. If you, at least you have a creative agent, you can always find ways around getting around the problem of FHA homes and their limitations because of some of the distressed parts of the property. So if the property has, for example, peeling paint or smoke detectors, railings, there's so many things that FHA will require that you have to have fixed. Just remember that if you have a little ingenuity and a little creativeness and are willing to put a little effort and elbow grease into what you're doing, you can actually buy something that probably no one else will attempt to buy. So get an agent who's going to be pushing you to try some of these things and expand your shell a little bit, expand your horizons a little bit and get out of your shell. So after the break, we'll come back again with Hannah Eberle and talk more about starting a new business, construction business.
Stop out to our facility, Highway 22 South. Let us build a truck for you.
Find relief for what ails you at Steep Me Tea Apothecary. Teas, supplements, tinctures, and more. Formulated to fight whatever has you down. We're Bismarck Mandan's favorite place to find delicious, natural, and easy ways to alleviate symptoms brought on by anything from colds to cancer. Brew a better you at Steep Me Tea Apothecary. Steep Me products may cause side effects, including but not limited to improved mood, deeper sleep, enhanced hydration, renewed sense of smell, increased energy levels, superior balance, boosted immunity, proper digestion, restored sense of calm, and a delightful smelling home.
Welcome to Arrowhead Cleaners. Newly renovated, modernized, and ready to make your cleaning needs hassle-free. From commercial and residential wash and fold laundry services to the latest in professional dry cleaning techniques, we are dedicated to your unique needs, offering alterations, fabrications, and even custom hat making. So whether you're a busy professional, a family on the go, or even a rodeo champion, Arrowhead Cleaners is here to take your things from messed up to dressed up. Now celebrating our 64th year in Arrowhead Plaza.
Welcome to Radiant Retreat Tanning and Spa in Mandan, where a relaxing spa experience meets the latest in healing innovations. Take total control of your massage in our Hydro Massage Bed. Experience whole body healing in our Zero Body Cryo Bed. Let our salt sauna and halo generator restore your respiratory and skin health. And of course, tailored tanning will keep you looking as good as you feel. Discover your best self at Radiant Retreat, 1307 First Street Northeast, Mandan.
Are you dealing with arthritis, nerve and back pain, dry skin, or superficial wounds, but found no relief? Give Stewart's Natural Health a try. For over 4 decades, Stewart's Natural Health has been helping people and animals with herbal and natural oil lotions, ointments, and creams with a mission to help you relieve pain and feel your best using the power of nature. Discover the safe, drug-free solution to your pain, guaranteed or your money back. Visit stewartsnatural.health today.
West River Equipment of Mandan is here to help you maintain peak productivity in your operation. As an authorized dealer for many high-quality equipment lines, we have the new and used equipment it takes to make your farming, ranching, or construction operation profitable and efficient. West River Equipment also has the parts on hand and the experienced technicians in our shop to get your equipment back in action fast. Find what you need at West River Equipment on Old Red Trail in Mandan.
I have a story posted of.
Welcome back again to Open Range Real Estate Edition, and we are joined in studio still here with Hannah Eberle, and we are going to be talking about her company, Red Trail Construction. I got that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. It goes along with the open range, Red Trail. Thanks, Hannah, for coming in. So Hannah's been telling a story about how that process works from buying a home and starting that. And I'll say that, let's just jump right in. Great. I appreciate this.
Wonderful.
Red Trail Construction. This is her company here.
This is our website.
Yeah.
These are just some shots of some of the work that we've done, building decks, framing, siding, the works.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome, beautiful. So that's the kind of work that you guys do. That's kind of your sweet spot, is the.
Yeah, Joseph really enjoys framing. That would be his favorite thing to do. He has a large range of experience. He's done everything from home renovations to pole barns. Like I said, framing, siding. He builds decks.
Does he go pole barns? Does he go up really high in the air?
Yeah.
How does he get up there?
They use equipment like telehandlers.
Telehandlers? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are kind of rural properties, I'm thinking.
Yep, he does end up doing a lot of projects outside of Bismarck for pole barns especially.
Yeah. So when things don't go right at work at night and he comes home, what are some of the things he complains about?
Well, I guess something as newer business owners, I think a lot of the obstacles we're facing right now is just like making sure that we write the bid right and account for everything that could go wrong, all the unexpected surprises. Even little hiccups can turn out to be really time-consuming things. We actually we're in the middle of building a deck, and we didn't anticipate needing to pull out 2 old posts and digging 2 more holes, pouring, adding 2 more forms out. That took up an extra 8 hours. So those things you have to learn how to account for as you're writing up your estimates, and so those are the biggest.
Which makes sense, and probably why some of those bigger outfits that do a lot of bids, they just know that's just that you just don't know what you don't know, and why things can always get more time consuming than you.
Yeah, and with starting a business, you have to build up credibility, and so one thing is you have to be a little bit more tight with what you ask for, just because you really want to get those jobs, and so you have to, we're not offering obviously to where we're losing money, but we're not offering probably as much as large scale companies are, just because we're still building our credibility, trying to get our name out there. So.
Yeah, and Jill likes to also do some woodworking as well, right?
Yes. Yep. We actually just recently built some bookshelves with out of maple. It's actually like an OSB, but it has the maple finish. It's a really thin layer.
Like a veneer.
Yeah. Veneer. Yeah.
Yeah, those are our bookshelves, by the way. Just my wife did put in an order for that, so they do look very beautiful.
Thank you.
Very stately. They go very high into the. Yeah, there you go. This is some pretty cool photos.
Yeah, these are just some little projects that my husband likes to get into, kind of on the side. He makes these flags and likes to sell them.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously some of that stuff is more hobbies, right? And just having fun.
Yes. Yep.
What is the scariest thing, I guess, as a homeowner that not a homeowner, a business owner that you guys face as you venture into the next? I mean, obviously you don't have a salary.
Right.
You guys are. I mean, you did get a degree at the University of Mary, and
yes.
that's how you were able to become a homeowner, by the way. So, there's only a few things you need. One is good credit, and you do need to have a job or else a source of income that's coming in. So, sorry to diverge a little bit, but that's why, in referring back to her owning the home so early, was that she was able to get into a home even before she even started on the first day of her job. She actually closed on her house and then she started her job. Yeah. So it's kind of amazing how you can do that, and that salary is a really big safety net, and that's how banks are able to lend on it, is even the prospects of having a job. That was a huge eye opener, even as a realtor myself, is not even having started a job and you already got it. Got the house. Yeah. So you don't have that safety net anymore, going back to the business here.
Yeah.
So how stressful is that, not having that?
It is, there's some days it goes really well, and other days, it's a little bit more nerve-wracking. I think we've really had to put a lot of our focus on marketing right now, getting our name out, because probably the scariest thing would be not having enough jobs to keep going. So that's been probably, yeah.
Do you think that there's, obviously there's a few components at play. I always believe that there always work out there for people. Yes, getting started, new, you're obviously going to have that as a hurdle, but seasonality. So in North Dakota, you have winters and that are unavoidable for several months. And so do you guys find that you need to do all your work in the summer and then kind of lie low in the winter, or do you guys have indoor jobs you can do?
Yeah, so we ideally would have home renovation projects like cabinet installation, some like minor flooring installation projects to do. Last winter we got really lucky. It was pretty warm, so actually we were framing even. Oh, there's our bookshelves. Last year we were even, Joseph was framing into December and started up again in February. So we really only had a month of downtime, and actually it gave us an opportunity to renovate our own bathroom, which was pretty fun. And we were able to market that too. That photo that's in the middle there with the bathroom with the green walls, that's our bathroom. We just did that, over a weekend. And then, yeah, projects like those bookshelves too are really helpful. Anything that we can do indoors. But yes, it does slow down, especially the bigger projects.
Yeah. So one of the things that we had a segment last week about a fencer, someone who is installing vinyl fencing. Previous episode, we did talk a lot about contractors and referrals and how that all is very meaningful to buyers and how important a good referral is. When I refer somebody, I'm passionately referring them. I'm not just like, well, here's 3 names of some people that I've heard of, or I've had 3 clients say that they use these 3 different people. Yeah. I'm very passionate, and I have a very direct and confident perspective that when I am referring somebody, I put my stamp of approval on the quality and the relationship you have, and because that's my reputation. And so one of the things that I'll do as a realtor is that I do see that there is a spot for everyone and every type of business. So I had thought early on, well, you just want to go to the big box stores, or you just want to hire the people that have had the most experience, because you're going to have the best experience if you have the most experience. And I've found out over the years that you definitely have different types of businesses, different types of contractors for different situations. And it's just kind of, I don't know, I get a little religious here, but I just beauty how God works, that everyone has a purpose and everyone has a need. So my point is that when it comes to like a small business that's just getting started, there's a great fit there for someone who's there's some things that come into play that are characteristics of people starting a business that are really helpful. So for example, flexibility on schedule, so that your timing, you guys are going to be more flexible than, say, a company that has a ton of business, ton of work. Well, I'll squeeze you in the next 6 months, right?
Right. Yeah.
And versus, well, maybe we can get you in next week. The flexibility there. And also you can take advantage of that. They don't know there's posts in the ground they need to pull out.
Yeah.
And you get them locked into a quote, and now they have to do the work. Also, I think, just being younger too, there's more jobs I think you guys are willing to do, just because Joe's a strong dude. Talk about Joe's strength a little bit, physical strength.
Yeah, well, honestly, I can just keep going on about yesterday, because he ended up working those 8 extra hours just in his regular work day. So he was up sun up to sundown, and not everybody is able to or wants to, put in the extra hours to try to get the project done exactly on time.
Well, and he's he's also in. Oh, I was referencing his. He's in the National Guard, right?
Yes, he is in the National Guard.
He was in a competition recently, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, last year he was in the Best Warrior competition. Yeah.
What's it called?
Best Warrior competition.
The Best Warrior competition.
Yeah.
And was he like #2 in the state?
Yeah, he was runner-up for the state.
Runner-up, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, physically he's very strong too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and so when you're younger, you have your knees work, your elbows work.
You're right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm feeling that now. A tennis elbow. Still beat my kids in tennis, even with tennis elbow. Playing tennis. But yeah, he's
not soccer.
Well, we'll see. But he's got that going for him. So the point is that you have these different benefits for different types of businesses, and so really, and I've mentioned this on my last episode, that it's really important to know what kind of what your needs are. There he is.
Yeah.
He does get made fun of a lot, so we make sure we keep him humble.
The man, the myth, the legend.
But you know, you just have to know what your experience is, like what kind of experience your buyer wants. As an agent, that's what I'm always thinking. Like, how can I make sure we're delivering what you want, and asking the right questions about what your goals are, how soon you want to have the project done, how much you want to spend. Sometimes there's some jokes with realtors, like you can have a contractor that is cheap, fast, and does great work, but you can't have all three. So now that may or may not be true with every contractor, but that's the way it always kind of seems. You got to pick which ones.
Yeah, Joseph would definitely say that if they can get you in immediately, are you sure you want them? He'll say that, but yeah.
So we'll be back again at the final episode, final segment of our episode with Open Range Real Estate Edition.
Base Flug Trailers of Dickinson is a family-owned dealer with expert staff that know their products front to back. We stock over 150 units of all types and can custom order a trailer with the unique features and capabilities you require for brands you can trust. Our experienced service team is the reason we're also the best place to have your trailer customized or repaired. Count on Base Flug Trailers of Dickinson to keep you hauling.
Come on in and experience small-town hospitality and the personalized care that makes car buying a pleasure.
We know that every journey starts with the right car. Whether it's school drop-off, weekend road trips, or your daily commute, we have the right vehicle for you and your family.
With trusted brands, affordable prices, and a team that treats you like family, finding your next car has never been so easy.
We pride ourselves on personal attention and quality service. The Set Motors, where our customers send their friends.
Yeah, U.S. Cattlemen is a member organization that each member has a vote in anything we do with policy. We're representing the independent cattleman or the cow-calf guy or an independent feeder or whatever. We like to support the independent producer. We're talking about mandatory ID, we're talking about cool, we're talking about all the legislation that's going to be coming down with the new administration. There's going to be lots of moving and shaking. So always check us out at our website, uscattleman.org.
We're talking to people today about investments. Let's see if we can get somebody. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a retirement account?
I do. I'm invested in some annuities.
Fixed income? How is that?
It was better a few years ago. Each year, it buys less and less, barely keeping up.
That's where gold can make a difference. Unlike fixed payouts, gold rises with inflation, so you're not stuck with a low fixed payment.
So gold isn't stuck in the past like my annuity?
Don't let inflation erode your retirement savings. Invest in gold. Invest with Noble Gold Investments.
I'm $27,000 in credit card debt.
Okay.
You have to radically do something different, because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting.
Now's not the time to be doing math. The time to be doing math was when we didn't go into $200,000 of debt.
If you are freaked out and you're stuck in these debt payments and you think it has to be a part of your life, it doesn't.
We are Ladies of Another View. Join us every weekday morning at 9:00 a.m. as we discuss the big topics from North Dakota, the nation, and around the world.
We chat with everyone from celebrities and medical professionals to politicians, local business owners, and neighbors about the topics and stories that affect all of us.
We are unscripted and uncensored real news from real people. So join us every weekday morning for Ladies of Another View on back.
Welcome again back to the final segment of our Open Range Real Estate Edition, and we are talking today with Hannah Eberle with Red Trail Construction and her company that is owned by her and her husband, Joseph Eberle. They are focused on more framing, woodworking, that sort of thing, and we're trying to get a glimpse of what it's like to be a homeowner we talked about, and a business owner, and how that's like to start up a business. Quite a scary jump into the fray of moving into that, Hannah. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about it, but I was gonna, we have this segment that we do. A part of the segment is we have some clips about some properties that are coming on the market, and so we're gonna jump into some of those right now. So this one is located. This is a brand new listing. This is with Century 21. This is actually my listing. 104 3rd Avenue Northwest, Mandan. This is located downtown Mandan. This is a all concrete building. It's called the All Building. Just a hair under 1.1 million. It is a awesome structure that is a very solid concrete building. There was a fire at this location, I think in the 70s, and they said, never again, we are never gonna have a fire. So this is a shot coming down. This is where the parade was this last week. Craziness of 35,000 people on the streets of Mandan. So this kind of looks out right over the finish line of the marathon, that area across from the train depot. Just a beautiful building. It has some really cool features. It's got a solar panel on the top. It has heated sidewalks. I mean, some of these things are just like, wow, I can't believe they've done it. It has 3 floors. It's solid concrete. It's the most solid building you'll ever step foot in. And one thing I really love about homes is when you're walking through them, and sorry, this isn't woodworking for Joe, but this is when you walk across and it is solid concrete. I just love solid footing underneath my feet. And when I go across a property and I see creaky floors or anything like that, it's very frustrating, and it kind of makes you feel like, am I really in a solid building, a great structure? So this building, solid concrete throughout. Does have a fully finished basement, and then the 3rd floor above it has been structurally built so that you could actually put a 4th floor above that 3rd floor, so you could actually see kind of a panoramic, because all the other buildings in town kind of level off at that top, but this was designed and structured so you could put a 4th floor and see panoramic view of the downtown. And we love views. I love views, so that was a cool thing. Has a full service elevator. Has a pretty much full of all tenants. There's one spot for one more tenant in there. Cash flows very nicely. So if you are interested in, not you, Hannah, necessarily, I think you've got a few more years to buy a $1.1 million building, but again, investment. If you're looking for an investment, you're looking to put money away and save now for reward later, take a look at that. It's a great option. We have a couple other ones too. Let's just jump into a few of those. We have, this was one we previously mentioned, but now it's currently live as a listing. 24 acres. This is right, it almost touches the city limits, and this is on the east side of Bismarck. This is high, you're looking northward. On the top would be Old Highway 10. On the right side there, that is the highway, 66th Street going north-south there. That's the road that would go to Lincoln there. And then, so this is, I think now we're looking south. So in the distance, you'd see the city of Lincoln. On the left, 66th Avenue. So this is roughly about 24 acres. Great piece of land, and with potential to buy more if you were so inclined. There might be more opportunity to purchase some more of that land. It's kind of that to the right of the tree row there in the middle of the screen is about half of that. So pretty cool opportunity there, just with a lot of different diverse options for investment. So obviously, Hannah, you guys invested in your own home. You invested in a business.
Yes.
What do you think are some of the things that, as you look into the future and see your business and your needs as wanting as a family, you're expecting, right? Can we say that now?
Yeah.
I guess can't roll that one back.
Yeah.
Where do you guys see yourselves in the, say, next 10 years?
Well, we would love to have some land and have a little hobby farm. I don't know how.
I have 24
involved.
acres. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I can't afford that yet. Yeah, I guess for us it'll be just a matter of growing our business to a point where we'll be able to have enough income to eventually buy some land and build on that. I mean, we would really enjoy building our own home. That's our goal. We've already kind of started designing what we wanted it to look like. Yeah.
Do you guys think you would get into home building at all, like full-on construction? Because right now you're just more focused on subcontracting, right?
Yeah. Right now, at this point, we're really focused on just building our skills, building our confidence, getting really familiar with just all the ins and outs of the contracting world, networking, building connections. So those are our main focuses right now. As we become more confident and our skills are a little bit more credible, I guess.
Yep.
Ideally, yeah, we would want to expand. In what way, we're not sure. We haven't, I don't think Joseph has a huge desire to become a major construction company, but obviously we do want to grow and expand and be able to continue to support a growing family. So
yeah, I mean, I think that's part of his. I mean, that's what I see in Joe. Is he's more of a, he does love what he does love his work.
Yeah.
And that's why he needs to get picked on quite often. So that is one of the benefits. If you do hire him, it is fun to pick on him. He just smiles and laughs. So I like to have some fun at his expense. But he does seem to have a lot of a passion, a lot of love for what he does. He doesn't strike me as a businessman, like someone who's like trying to make a quick buck or something. He loves his work. He loves his craft, and he cares about it. He cares about the quality of it. It just comes across.
I'd be more of the risk taker and say, yeah, let's do it. And then he'll say, no, we're going to just stick to doing what we know, doing it well, not pushing ourselves and doing bad work. So I really admire that about him, and I think we make a really good team in that way.
Yeah. It's good to have someone that's the yin and the yang, one that's kind of pushing, the other one's that's kind of saying, let's make sure we do this right, you know, and my wife is, she is the one that's make sure you do it right. So reel you back in.
I got your genes, huh?
That's fun. I mean, it's good to have a good perspective, a nice view of the bigger picture, and want to make sure you're still progressing, moving along. But it is certainly a balancing act. So I think we have one more, and if we don't, that's fine. Do we have one more property out there? Yeah, this is Rough Rider Lane. So this is $400,000. This property is 10 acres. It is located, like I said, west of Mandan. And so the really great thing about, it's just such an awesome photo. I think, and I thought in a second we'll have some video, I hope. If we don't, that's fine. But this is just a gorgeous property. You have horses on it. It has shop, hay barn, horse barn. There's the horse barn inside. It's concrete floor for the middle there. It's just a great opportunity, especially if you like horses, especially if you want to have maybe a place for your business, your vehicles. We think we can get it so that you can have a trailer house on there if that's what you wanted to do, and for under $500,000 you could have your own place out there. We still need to work on some of the details whether or not that would be allowed. Obviously, you could put a house on it, and has access to water, electrical. Of course, it's all out there already because it's already plumbed. It's already being used for the shops, and so great opportunity there. And so I think we have one other property here. Got a whole load of them. 109 Fisher Lane North. This is south. This is unit number 301 in Bismarck. This property is located down by kind of South Bay area, south of Burley, and let's say east of Washington Street, just on that corner there. So this is, we actually did have a few of these that were listed, so they're almost gone. I think we have one or two left. So if you are interested in shop or flex space, these are starting just under $200,000. Cool opportunity to, you can have your own business run out of them. So Joe can have his own construction company parking his equipment there. We only have another minute left, Hannah. What is going back to home ownership again? What is some of the, I guess, the biggest surprise of being a homeowner that maybe you didn't realize before you started?
I would say maybe there's a good thing and a bad thing. I think I was surprised at how much work you always need to put into it. But especially being younger and coming from living in the dorms and the apartments, I really loved just having a stable community, being surrounded by families, my own space. I wasn't, my neighbors weren't sharing a wall with me anymore with, an apartment. So yeah, those would probably be my highlights.
Do you think, I think I recently gave you a price of what yours probably could sell for versus what you bought it for. Was that kind of a nice surprise?
Yeah, that was a nice surprise, yeah.
It's only been a couple years, but I mean, that's the great thing about real estate is that not only you're putting money into it, you're investing your money and bringing the price down, but then you're also taking advantage of inflation, which is just constant. It's just going to continue to grow, continue to make value for you over the years. Never guarantee, but that's the trends of historical values. So thank you for watching this edition of Open Range Real Estate, and we hope to see you next week.
Hey y'all, it's Trent on the loose. I want to tell you, Lady Blue and I, we got a lot of miles together, but you know what? You and I got a lot of miles together as well. And all I want to do is bring to you the information on how we maintain a domestic supply of food and fuel for future generations. So I'm going to continue to travel the world and unearth the stories that make it possible that we can live in a free United States of America.
Welcome to Arrowhead Cleaners. Newly renovated, modernized, and ready to make your cleaning needs hassle-free. From commercial and residential wash and fold laundry services to the latest in professional dry cleaning techniques, we are dedicated to your unique needs, offering alterations, fabrications, and even custom hat making. So whether you're a busy professional, a family on the go, or even a rodeo champion, Arrowhead Cleaners is here to take your things from messed up to dressed up. Now celebrating our 64th year in Arrowhead Plaza. Are you dealing with arthritis, nerve and back pain, dry skin, or superficial wounds, but found no relief? Give Stewart's Natural Health a try. For over 4 decades, Stewart's Natural Health has been helping people and animals with herbal and natural oil lotions, ointments, and creams with a mission to help you relieve pain and feel your best using the power of nature. Discover the safe, drug-free solution to your pain, guaranteed or your money back. Visit stewartsnatural.health today.
We are the St. Mary Sisters. We are building a new facility here in Bismarck, North Dakota, for the sake of training young women to be courageous teachers in this state. The sisters will educate the younger generation to be fully alive through truth and discipline. The sisters' life of devotion and joy will make a positive difference in your community. Check out what we're up to, see what's going on, and join our mission to make a difference in the lives of the children of North Dakota.
Ashley, North Dakota is where life moves a little slower, but never gets dull. From hunting, camping, and fishing to safe streets where kids can be kids, this is the best of small town living. And Ashley offers everything you need, from healthcare to hardware to countless ways to stay active. Here, we've invested in our future with major upgrades to roads, parks, and education. Whether you're here for the day or here for life, you'll find Ashley's where you ought to be.
There's never been a better time to rediscover the style, reliability, and all-season, all-terrain fun of the all-new Nissan lineup at the new and improved Ryan Nissan. Whether it's the sleek and stylish Murano, the adventure-ready Pathfinder, or the reimagined, ready-for-anything 2026 Rogue, the all-new Ryan Nissan has the vehicle of your dreams at a price perfect for any budget. It's time to rediscover your passion for the road. It's time to rediscover the all-new Ryan Nissan, engineered to endure.
What's going on, everyone? Dr. Jake Schmitz back with another Freedom Health Talk on Open Range. Here's what we're going to discuss today. And you can see my credentials were just up there if you didn't know any different. I'm a chiropractor first. I have my doctorate in clinical nutrition. I also have a master in human nutrition and functional medicine, but that my wife told me that gets fed right into my doctorate, so I shouldn't tell people that, so whatever. The point, though, is that I give holistic nutrition advice, lifestyle advice. That's what I do. What I'm going to talk about today is right in line with that. How were you programmed? So you can take that however you want. I'm gonna keep it kind of centered on how were you programmed to live. I feel like there's a lot of depending on who you listen to on social media, whether we're talking politically or socially, doesn't matter. We talk about programming. There's a lot that can be said about us as humans have been programmed for years based on our education system, based on the political system. We've been programmed to do and think and act in certain ways. That's true. I'm not talking about that today, although we could probably spend an hour on just that topic. But I'll let Gary kind of cover some of those things. No, what I'm talking about now is how are you programmed to live? And, I had a patient in this morning for functional medicine talking about, nutrition and all these things and lifestyle recommendations specific to, his condition in his case. But one of the things we ended up talking about, and I said, if I had infinite time and if I had infinite money, what I would do is I would organize studies, primary research, like actual studies. And what I would do is I would do a retrospective, which means looking backwards, and a prospective, moving forwards. And you could do those as two studies, but I would combine them in one. Or I'd probably make it two, as it's one study but done twice, so you can kind of get both. But what I would do is, and I personally believe that, and I don't have any necessary research to support this other than how genetics works, and epigenetics. And I'll cover that in a second. But what I would love to do is I would love to do a study and I say, okay, I'll use me. I am my heritage, German, Scotch, and English. Pretty much, let's just pretend a third of each. It's not quite that, but let's pretend. Okay, so since that's what I am, and I can personally, and I've done this, trace my heritage back to the 1600s, and it's all in that area, right? Scotch, English, German. That means that I genetically, over many generations, have been programmed according to a certain style of, even if we say lifestyle, so here's my study, right? I don't want to get, obviously go down too much down that rabbit hole. My study would be designed. You look back and say, okay, you're third, and third of these, Scotch, English, German. Let's look at what did the Germans eat from, the last 1,000 years, right? So go back historically and find different regions of Germany, specifically what did they eat consistently, right? That seems like something that would be important. My heritage, I am this, which means that my genes came from people who were there for 1,000 years, roughly, and depending on you're tracing it back. And then you go, what did they eat? How did they live? What did they do for work? How physically active were they? And you can create a profile. Then you do the same for the rest of your profile, right? You do the same thing for Scotland, same thing for England, which would be similar. And you just go, okay, so now I have for me personally, I can say, well, a third, and a third. So I need to make sure that my nutrition meets those. There's a third German, third Scotch, third English. And I know there's going to be overlap, which makes it easier. And then you can start combining that into a specific nutrition, program designed for me. And I could do the same thing. And I'd love to do this. Like I said, infinite time, infinite money. What would I do? I would do one for Norwegians. I would do one for, Danes. I would do one for Germans and Scots and like Irish and France and like Italy, like all of them. And what does that look like? Because one thing that's always frustrated me with nutrition, and maybe it's frustrated you as well, is the newest fad diet, right? Whether it's keto, carnivore, Atkins before, South Beach, Mediterranean. That's not really a fad, but we'll use it for this example. And you go, okay, which one should I be on? Well, I did keto for a while, lost a ton of weight, lost a ton of fat. I was as slim as I'd been like since high school. Well, maybe freshman year of college. But I felt miserable. I was sicker than a dog. Well, it turns out keto, for various reasons that I'm not going to go into, was horrible. My liver couldn't handle it because of all the fat. Literally, like, was shutting down. So that means the keto, even though I was getting the results, it wasn't good for me. Doesn't mean it's not good for you. Or in certain circumstances or situations, same thing with carnivore. People are like, well, I lost all this weight on carnivore and I feel great. Awesome. That's awesome. It does not mean it's for everyone. So don't tell somebody else you should do it. I would say you should look into it. And I tell people that when they're like, what do you think about this? I'm like, well, I don't know. It depends on, if you're a person that doesn't thrive off of, red meat, you need to know that about yourself. And again, I would say now, my recommendation for nutrition, I generally stick towards the Mediterranean diet simply because there's the most research on it. It's the most well-researched, and it's the broadest diet that meets the most amount of positive needs. That, to me, that's easy, right? So that, to me, is one that I'm like, all right, I could just find foods that are inside the Mediterranean diet and just start, and this is literally what I said this morning. And I said, find foods that you would like and just eat more of them, right? I try not to be so hardcore when it comes to nutrition. I mean, there's a time and a place to be that, but if somebody's like, hey, I just want to be healthier, I'm like, okay, well, find foods inside the umbrella of the Mediterranean diet that you know that you could eat more of and just eat more of them. Colorful fruits and vegetables. You're always going to be better off eating more colorful fruits and vegetables than less. Limit your, super greasy, fatty meats, right? Those are just some simple, eat more fish. Fish is great. So I'm like, all right, but if I had infinite time and infinite money, I think that would be the best thing, don't you? To go, okay, well, how was I genetically programmed? You could go back 10 generations of us. We ate whatever, pick fish and potatoes, like baked potatoes. I'm not saying fried, you know better, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, how, generally for me, I know if I kind of stick closer to what I've looked into as far as like genetically programmed eating based upon my ancestry, I just know that I do better. If I get away from it, I do worse. My ancestry they were hard workers, and I guarantee everyone, if you go far enough back, was a hard worker, because like you couldn't not be a hard worker 400 years ago if you wanted to live, because you had to earn it. But me personally, genetically, like if I don't work out, which is why, really that was the main reason why I finally was like, enough's enough with my knee and had surgery on it, was because I couldn't work out at all. Obviously I'm still healing, so I haven't worked out yet, but like I go stir crazy. Like I need to physically move weights around. Like that's for me, I need to. I get so if I don't do it, because I've been genetically programmed that way. So I know that about myself. So, but again, my whole thing is like, how were you programmed? Not how was I programmed? How were you programmed? And if you can figure that out, if you've done, like my brother-in-law's loved ancestry.com, and he's a nerd about it. And you know what? Because of it, like, so am I, because it's really cool. So that's one of the tools you could utilize is ancestry.com, because then you can figure it out. Like, what are you? Where are you from? Where's your family from? Because then once you understand that, you can go, well, it's not that hard to, like, ChatGPT does a lot of stuff anymore, AI, regardless of your feelings on it. If you said, hey, go back to the 1600s, somebody from Norway, what were they likely to eat the most of? Well, surprise, it's going to be fish, probably some potatoes, like the root vegetables. You should try it. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, look it up for yourself, right? Where's your ancestry from? Try eating that way. And then this is what I told my patient this morning. We were talking about it. I go, how'd you feel afterwards? Did you feel energized? Did you feel like you had an increase in vitality? Did you feel good? Did you feel sluggish? Did you feel like garbage? Were you bloated, right? This is about being in tune with your body. Not with my body, with your body. How did you feel after you eat? If you eat pizza, how did you feel? You might have felt good right as you were eating it because it's hitting that dopamine in your brain. But how about afterwards? Did you feel good? I know for me personally, when I eat pizza, I love the taste. I love it when it's going in. But I'm going to be miserable for 2 days afterwards. You know, obviously there's time and a place. Sometimes I'm like, all right, okay, I'll take that. There's other times I'm like, you know what, I can't afford to feel like crap for 3 days. So I'm just going to like, you know, maybe one piece or like I'll pass. And that happens rarely. It's hard to turn down pizza for me, but but that's my point. The more you know yourself, the more you know how you were programmed, the more you can make better choices. Because that's what life is. That's what health is. It's making better choices consistently, day in and day out. That's the best part about life. You get to make those choices. No one makes them for you. Unless your spouse is the one who does all the cooking. Maybe she can do it for you. But a lot of times, though, is no one can make those decisions for you, right? And so the best thing I can recommend, just look up, start learning about yourself. And then just experiment. Just try. It's not going to make you worse, but it might make you a lot better. This has been Dr. Jake Schmitz with another Freedom Health Talk on Open Range. Take this for what it is, right? It's just us chatting about this. Hopefully it helps. As always, love you guys. Until we meet again, peace out.
Hey y'all, it's Trent on the loose. Join me on the trip and unearth the stories on how we maintain a domestic supply of food and fuel for future generations of American citizens like our forefathers did.
$27,000 in credit card debt.
You have to radically do something different, because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting.
Come on in and experience small town hospitality and the personalized care that makes car buying a pleasure.
We know that every journey starts with the right car. Whether it's school drop-off, weekend road trips, or your daily commute, we have the right vehicle for you and your family.
With trusted brands, affordable prices, and a team that treats you like family, finding your next car has never been so easy.
We pride ourselves on personal attention and quality service. Bassett Motors, where our customers send their friends.
Hello, friends. This is Culture Crossroads. Join me, Andrew Southbridge, and my co-hosts, R.C. Williams and Juliana Ormond, as we tackle the issues shaping America. From politics to pop culture, to faith, freedom, family, and the future. From a faith-based conservative perspective that you won't get anywhere else. We stand at the intersection of faith and freedom. This is Culture Crossroads. Culture Crossroads. Sundays at 5 p.m. Central on Beck TV.
Hi, I'm Scott Hinnon, host of the What's on Your Mind program on Beck TV now. From Baker, Montana to St. Cloud, Minnesota, and everywhere in between. We're looking forward to having a conversation with you about what matters most. We're talking to newsmakers, from members of Congress to the state legislature, and most importantly, the good folks that make up the great state of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Montana. Every single day, you get a chance to tell us what's on your mind. And now you can watch What's on Your Mind live on Beck TV.
Welcome to Arrowhead Cleaners. Newly renovated, modernized, and ready to make your cleaning needs hassle-free. From commercial and residential wash and fold laundry services to the latest in professional dry cleaning techniques, we are dedicated to your unique needs, offering alterations, fabrications, and even custom hat making. So whether you're a busy professional, a family on the go, or even a rodeo champion, Arrowhead Cleaners is here to take your things from messed up to dressed up. Now celebrating our 64th year in Arrowhead Plaza.